A very good evening to you. Many thanks for making time to be with us on this 19th day of March 2024. It is exactly 4 p.m. and you're just in time for trending news here on Lookuptv. We kickstart our bulletin now, and President William Ruto has assented to law the controversial affordable housing bill. That particular event happened at State House, Nairobi. Now, under the new law, employees will be deducted 1.5% of their gross monthly salary, with a similar percentage being paid by their employers. The new legislation ropes in workers from the informal sector to align with the court ruling.
The vellum copies are in 6, Your Excellency, so that after assent, the bill provides the dates of commencement. Part of the clauses will commence immediately the bill is published in the Gazette, and part of the clauses will commence on a date to be determined by the Cabinet Secretary in Gazette. It is a long bill, Your Excellency, with 61 clauses. 61 clauses, Your Excellency, and 3 schedules, part of which speaks to the manner in which the board will be conducting its affairs, and the manner in which the board will also be determining the allocation of houses.
Tumpigie Rais makofi kwa hiyo kazi. One more round of applause, please.
I would now request all of us to retreat to a seat except the CS Lands and the Attorney General and 2 designated witnesses. The rest of us, let us have our seats.
It was read the first time and referred to the Committees of Finance and Housing of the National Assembly, chaired by the member for Emuru Adikil and the member for Molo. The committees, Your Excellency, undertook public participation on the bills using the 4 options that are there in the standing orders, by going throughout the country to undertake public participation in not less than 19 counties. And then thereafter, Your Excellency, the committees also engaged stakeholders and experts. The option of public participation by way of memoranda was stayed by courts for some time, but thereafter it was lifted.
Now, after the signing of that particular bill into law, that now means that the deductions will start at the end of this particular month. Moving forward, Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has ordered an immediate crackdown targeting all unroadworthy vehicles, road drivers and riders. Speaking as he commissioned the Kisumu West Sub-County headquarters, Kindiki noted that the operation will be a collaboration between the Interior and Transport Ministries. This comes after the recent spike in cases of road accidents in different parts of the country.
As a country, to crack down on all the errant drivers, to crack down on all unroadworthy motor vehicles, and also to enforce the traffic laws of our country to the letter, to avoid these needless deaths. Today, road traffic accidents are competing with epidemics in terms of the number of people that we are losing. Between 2020 and 2022, we had COVID-19, a terrible epidemic. In those 2.5 years, between 2020 and 2022, the people who died out of COVID-19 were 4,600 people in 2.5 years. Yet, in 1 year alone, 4,000 people are dying out of traffic accidents, meaning this problem of road traffic accident is worse off than even serious epidemics like COVID-19. And therefore, I have had a discussion this morning with my counterpart, the Cabinet Secretary for Transport. And between us, the National Police Service Traffic Department and the National Transport Safety Agency, NTSA, we must come with a program to rein in on the problem of road traffic accidents, enforce the law, and make sure that we bring down the numbers of our people that we are losing every year through road traffic accidents, and the number of our people that are getting injured and are wasting critical family resources in hospitals because of road traffic accidents.
The Judicial Service has appointed Mokaya Frida Boyani as the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary for a 5-year term. Chief Justice Martha Koome has congratulated her and acknowledged the other 6 candidates who had been shortlisted for the role. To matters agriculture now, and farmers in Kajiado County have embraced Jancow grass for their livestock, a form of hybrid Napier grass that was recently introduced in the country. The move comes as residents strive to combat climate change effects and a prolonged drought in the region. The National Drought Management Authority has urged farmers to embrace change, noting that over 1 million cattle succumbed to hunger between 2021 and 2022.
It's the best way, best solution to change, to transform Kajiado's livestock production business. We need to move forward, and the farmers, they need to form the cooperative. We are going to build up the feedlots, so the farmers, they can, during the drought, they can bring their animals to the feedlot, and then we provide them the full service.
I bought 90 cows about 2.5 years ago. All of them, 90 cows died. I was left with about, I lost 75 cows out of 90. Actually, what I was left with is what you can see far there, very few. I have sold some. But I was going through to see what I can be able to do so that I can be able to reclaim the original Kajiado. I found this Jancow grass through the social media. I went and visited their farm in Nakuru, and I saw it for myself, what they had done. I was very impressed. I decided to try it, and that same day when I went there, I came in this farm with only 9,000 stems, and we planted the stems. From there, that was our first step. We had no idea, but eventually we managed. We have harvested today. If we water today in 1 week, it will be about 1.5 feet in another 2 weeks. So my confidence, my cows, my goats, and even the people who are surrounding me, even I can promise even people who want to come and buy.
The Public Sector Accounting Standards Board has warned that pending bills pose a major threat to the economy, with the national and county governments owing billions in unpaid bills. The board noted that hundreds of traders had been blacklisted by banks for failing to service their loans. The board also stated that small and medium enterprises were the most affected.
The issue of pending bills is an issue that is known to everybody in this country, and of course we all know the effects it has on businesses, because if these especially small and medium-sized entities are not paid in time, then it means that some of them are even being blacklisted by the banks to even get more loans to fund their businesses. The issue is not a small issue, and we believe the accounting implementation of accrual accounting will help us, number one, in recording in totality what our pending bills are. Number two, understanding what this animal called pending bills is, and also now assisting management, given the information they'll have, to make decisions in relation to their settlement. I would also want to mention that within the PFM Act, pending bills become the first charge to the budget within the next financial year, and Having them in one place and understanding them and understanding what it is also helps us in being able to settle them in future. Cash basis of accounting is, in layman's language, is, for example, when you are anticipating or you receive a revenue, you receive cash. When you receive cash is when you record it. For example, the national government or the county government, when they receive taxes, is when they record them.
Siaya Governor James Aggrey Orengo and Senator Oburu Oginga have announced their commitment to fostering harmonious working relationship aimed at driving development initiatives within the county. Speaking during a meeting held at the governor's office, the leaders reiterated their dedication to upholding the oversight responsibilities of the Senate while ensuring constructive cooperation between the legislative and executive branches of the county government.
It is clear from the Constitution that the Senate represents counties and their governments, and in that representation, we cannot do well as the county of Siaya if we don't have an open and candid and accountable and transparent relationship with the Senate, and more particularly with the office of the Senator for Siaya. That constitutional remit we have undertaken to ensure that the Senator is well provided with information and is well provided in our engagement so that representation can be effective, so that our share of revenue, including conditional grants, can be contested on the basis of facts. That one, the Senate office and to Dr. Oburu, we have given a promise and undertaking that we shall not strive to hide anything. We will give all the information so that that constitutional role is performed effectively.
We were discussing issues to do with the role of the Senate and also the role which includes representation and also oversight. And we came up with the issues which are all within the legal framework of the establishment of the office of the Senate and the relationship which is supposed to be there by law with the Senate, with the county executive. That is to protect the executive, the counties, to protect the counties and also to represent them, and also to ensure that the funds which flow down to the counties are accounted for well, and that they deliver effective service to the people.
Women and youth from remote pastoralist communities in the coastal region have hailed the impact of financial literacy program in the community. The program, initiated by the Northern Ridgeland Trust, established a circle that serves the residents through the community, through the existing community reserves.
Kwangu sikuwa na challenge wala sikupata changamoto, kwa sababu sisi kabla tupewe hii loans tulikaa na tukajipanga ni nini tutafanya na ni vipi tutalipa hii mkopo. Wale wengine walivyopewa hii pesa wakisha kupata training, sasa ndo watu walianza kufikiria ile biashara yenye ambayo watafanya. Hawakufikiria biashara kabla hawajafanya, walifikiria biashara baada wakishapewa hiyo pesa. Na RT sako ni pesa ambayo tuliambiwa ni yako, na wewe ndo utaishughulikia ni jambo gani utafanyia, ni mradi gani utafanya ili uweze kujiendeleza na hii.
Tangu sako ikuje huko mashinani, walitusomesha, tukaelewa, tukapelekwa masemina, training, tukajua kutafuta pesa ama chakula ya kualisha watoto kwa njia nyingine, njia ya biashara bila kutegemea wanyama peke yake.
And the good thing this year is that we have declared dividends of 2.6 million that will be shared with the members immediately after the ADM, and this is in comparison to last year where we had 1.65 million.
Kukaribisha mtu mmoja kutoka Pwani atupe hotuba kidogo. Watu wa Pwani, siku ni yenu.
Well, that particular story wraps up our bulletin at this particular moment in time, but we'll be coming to you at 7 and 9 p.m. on The Bottom Line with Brian Amoy, as we bring you detailed stories regarding, of course, the signing of the housing levy bill and what it means to both the salaried and non-salaried Kenyans, as well as what the government is, trying to do in regards to curbing the cases of road accidents here in the country. Until then, do have yourself a wonderful evening, and like always, God bless.